Previously in Naraji's Nook, we used these Dollar Tree plastic spoons to create a beautiful giant mirror wall decor. So if you haven't watched that video yet, you may want to check it out right after this video. Trust me, you will love it. Meanwhile, on to today's video. Let's get right into it. Show reel. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nara G. So today we will be using these paper straws to create some beautiful home decor. You will see at the end of this video. But first, I would love to welcome you to my channel if this is your first time, and I would love it if you can hit that subscribe button and join my family. My returning subscribers, what up? Okay, all right, so we're just gonna get right into it as always. So for today's DIY, all we'll be using would be some paper straws and this foam board, as you can see me currently doing. So I will be using this foam board to create the base of our home decor today, our home decor DIY. And using my electric cutter, I'll be cutting out a circle. So the size of your circle is actually dependent on you and the space you would love to use for this wall planter, okay? So we will be using this overseas foam towards the end of this video as part of this DIY, as you would see. Alright, so both halves of my circle measured 6 inches each, okay, at the midsection. Similar to my marquee number and letter videos, I'm currently cutting out the frame for the sides of my circle. Like I had mentioned, this is supposed to be the base of our DIY planters, okay? Because the main thing here will be the paper straws, because all of this is going to be covered. Just watch as I do this. So once I had all of my frames set, I went ahead to fold them because of course I have half moons with me, alright? So again, very similar to my marquee number and letter videos. So if you haven't checked out those yet, you may want to check it out. The links can be found in the description box below and also right now at the top of the screen. So using my hot glue, I went ahead to put them together. Just watch as I complete this. Keep in mind that although I am currently using foam board to do this, you can actually do the same with a plastic bowl that you can cut into halves, or you could use cardboard. Okay, I prefer to use foam board or cardboard because of course you're recycling waste, and also because they are very light when it comes to you hanging them on the wall. Now I went ahead to start placing my paper straws, measuring from the very first straw that I placed on there, and also using my hot glue. Note that you can also use tacky glue or Gorilla Glue, but I felt Gorilla Glue would be too much for this because this is all paper. So even an Elmer's School glue would do just fine in this situation. Hot glue is just way faster because it dries quick. Okay, so just watch as I complete this. Alright, so before we do carry on, it is worthy for me to give a big shout out to my baby sister, Leanne, for creating the music that we are currently using in this DIY project of today. Alright, so you may want to check out her channel. If you were into lo-fi music and you enjoyed that lo-fi vibes, you may want to check out her link in the description box below. Okay, her musical intelligence is on a whole different level. So make sure to check her out and subscribe for some chill vibes. Okay, thank you. I actually did enjoy using paper straws compared to plastic straws, which I had used before for my DIY mirror tray or vanity tray using straws. I did notice that it is way easier to use paper straws, trust me, and it's actually harder than plastic straws. I got these paper straws from the dollar store for $4 for a pack of 250. That is a lot. Okay, so this DIY is totally budget friendly. So if you're looking for a budget friendly wall planter, there are many other DIYs plan coming up on the channel using these paper straws. As you would see, trust me, they are budget friendly and they also look very, very high quality. Okay, so now that we're done placing our straws on our planter, our next step will be to paint half of this. So I will doing half and half. So one half of it is going to be black and the other half I'm going to keep white, and then I'm going to have a gold tape running across, as you would see. So I'm going to use my chalk black paint to paint the other half of this. Just watch as I do this. Meanwhile, if you've watched right up to this point, I would love it if you can comment planters in the comment section below and show your girls some love. You know the drill. Alright, so right now we're going to go on to planter number 2. I'm going to show you another way that that was kind of faster for me to actually glue the paper straws onto our base. Okay, so I wasn't going line by line like I was doing previously with the first one. I basically will go like 8 or 9 at a time, and it was way faster, but you have to be very fast while doing this, okay, because hot glue of course kind of cools down pretty quick. Just watch as I complete this. Another substitute for straws, if you're looking for something more durable, would be to use some wooden dowels or some bamboo skewers. Alright, you're going to get the same effect, and it's also going to look even more high-end, if you ask me. Okay, so let's continue this. So now we're done with our second piece, and you can also use spray paint. So for the second piece, I chose to go with spray paint because I did notice and learned from my first mistake. Not mistake per se, but just that it was way faster for me to use spray paint. And if you do make any mistakes and have the black go over some parts of the white, you just use your white paint like I am currently doing to actually paint over any black stains that you may have incurred while trying to paint that. Next, I'll be using this gold tape to run across the midsection of our planter just to add some pop, you know, some flair. I always love to add some flair somehow. And it doesn't necessarily have to be gold, okay? You can use silver, whatever color that you want. But there's just something about black, white, and gold that is just classic for me, right? So now we're done with that. Next step is to put our planters in. So I will only be using artificial plants for this, obviously, because this is all paper and we do not want to put anything water in here, of course. Okay, so now our 2 planters are all set and ready to receive their plants. The back sides I don't care much about because that is going to be on the wall, and I'm going to use some command hooks for those. I got these green plants from the Dollar Tree for $2 each, Dollarama actually, that is in Canada, and I will be putting those into the overseas using my hot glue. Just watch as I do this. So I actually decided to cut the artificial plants in 2 because they were quite long, and I just wanted them to hang over our planter a little bit, not too much. And this is what it would look like once I have it all cut out and put into our planters. So I'll go ahead to do the same for the second one, and voila, we have our planters all ready. Because this is all paper and artificial plant, it is quite light, so I will be using these command hooks on the back of our planters to put them on the wall. I will only be using one at the center on the back. If you're not very confident in your command hook, you could actually use 2 on the sides like that. For me, I will use just 1. And so I went ahead to mount these on the wall in my home office. It is a personal preference to have the plant cascading. As you can see, I preferred it that way, but you could also have your plant all from up in your planter just so your design is more visible. Maybe from time to time I'm going to switch up the plants, just have them all bunched up so the design is more visible. Other times I'm gonna have them cascading. So here is our final look, guys. I am so pleased with how this turned out. You can actually choose to add a pot light underneath, so this can double up as a planter and also as the wall scones. Okay, so I've been dying to incorporate some greens into my home office because I'm currently filming a home office makeover video, so stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, we've come to the end of this video, and if you did enjoy this, please do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss a thing. In the meantime, always remember to be your fun self no matter what life throws at you. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day.